ask Anna Amaretti of Climate Summer New England to come up to the microphone, and she's going to spend a few minutes getting us up to speed on how they and their team are planning to spend the next 2 months working on ways that we might change and promote good stewardship of our world. It seems like an enormous task, and it's something that, like the storm, is bigger than all of us. Thank you, Anna.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm really happy to stand up in front of you, and thank you, Pastor Ruth, for that warm welcome. Before I talk about what myself and my group are doing this summer, I'd like to start off with a story of self and tell you how I got to come here. So I'm originally from Chicago. I'm a second year at DePaul University, majoring in environmental policy. And for the past year, I've been working with community in a different sense. Chicago is home to 2 of the dirtiest coal-fired power plants in the nation, the Fisk and Crawford power plants. And each of these power plants are located on the south side of Chicago in predominantly minority neighborhoods. And for the past year, I've been working to organize students from DePaul, from UChicago, from all around the city to attend public protests, public demonstrations, meetings at City Hall, and this year we won. We put retirement dates on those plans. We helped a community that had been fighting for over 15 years to end the sources of pollution and the causes of asthma and cancer in their community. And I'm here to talk about a different kind of climate, because although we won one battle in Chicago, the Lucadia bill, which is a proposed coal gasification plant, is in our state Senate. So as soon as one wave crested and fell on the shore, there's this looming threat of another potential hazard to the climate. And I have to admit, I was burnt out after the success of closing down Fisk and Crawford. I thought it was done. I had woken up. I was awoken to the reality that we had influenced our climate and we had jeopardized the future of all the generations before us, and we hadn't done it all ourselves, but we had failed to failed to put forth legislation that would stop future plants from being built, especially with this proposed bill in the Senate, and I felt kind of cloistered. I felt like I had to run away. So I came out east, and that's why I'm in New England, and Pastor Ruth let me peek into the part of the sermon. She quotes from Mark, and this is in 35, and this is when Jesus and his disciples they've entered a boat, and there's this huge windstorm. And in Chicago, there's a windstorm, but instead of like a physical climate, it's the political climate. Although we realize things are going wrong, there are still these threats, and it's tumultuous, and people don't know what to believe. On one end, we want things to be better, we realize the hazard, and on the other end, we're proposing legislation that just adds to the problem, and it's completely paradoxical. And it seems like nothing will be fixed, and everyone's freaking out, but there's one person at the head of the boat, and his head's on a pillow, and he's not stirred in the least. So what we do, we go to wake him up, and he tells us, "Peace, be still. Why are you so fearful?" And this summer, I met 28 people my age who filled me with peace, and I met community members just like you all who have posed the question, how is it that we have no faith when we have one another and we can spend our summers, we can spend our years living our values? We don't have to be living on $5 a day, and we don't have to be riding or traveling exclusively by bicycle, but we can be working together, and we don't have to be fearful. We can wake up, we can have a period of freaking out, but we have to get a grip, and we have to realize that by coming together and by making changes in our communities, and by listening and working with one another, we can change the climate, even if it is the political climate. It's something that we can change. So that's all I have to say for now. Thank you.
Thank you.